Hey everybody, it's Kit Kat. Today we're doing something a little bit different, almost like my talk story other one when the hurricane was supposed to hit us but didn't hit us, thankfully. Um, this video is kind of gonna go over superstitions we have in Hawaii, as well as like how we feel about ghosts and all of that other kind of supernatural stuff. It was inspired by a video that I watched on a channel called Georgia Sunshine, which is a channel that I really enjoy watching. So you should definitely go check her out. She does unboxings for all kinds of boxes, and really great channel, and I highly recommend it if you're into subscription boxes. But the reason that like superstitions in Hawaii came up is because she unboxed on her channel brown paper packages, which is a subscription box from Canada. The theme was Earth, Wind, and Fire. And one of the items that they sent her was a lava rock that was in a necklace. Okay, so I kind of freaked out because in Hawaii, lava rocks are something that you don't touch, like ever, unless you have somehow managed to get permission from Pele. So if you know nothing about Hawaiian culture or Hawaiian history or anything about Hawaii, Pele is a goddess in basically the Hawaiian pantheon of gods, and she is the goddess of lava. So in Hawaiian culture, she is the reason for volcanic eruptions, and she can be a very jealous goddess. And when we had the eruption, I believe it was 2016, I'm gonna have to look it up, but we had like really massive eruptions recently in on Hawaii Island, which is the big island, and everybody who's local, so from Hawaii or is Hawaiian, we all were thinking, oh, Pele is mad. She's mad, somebody pissed her off, and she is just destroying everything, which we were okay with. The people who own the land that got destroyed and own the properties got destroyed, not so much. But for the people of Hawaii who born and raised in this culture, we were like, you know what, you build on her land, she can take it back. And back to lava rocks, you don't take lava rocks. It's very bad. It brings extraordinarily bad luck to you if you do, and it's akin to theft, basically. You're stealing from the land, and people have sent back lava rocks that they've stolen. So the national park at Kilauea actually gets back very frequently lava rocks that are mailed back because people start experiencing very bad things that happen to them and their family, like illness, unfortunate accidents that happen. And so even the post office, my mom had a friend who worked for the postal service, and they used to get stuff mailed back too. Like they would get lava rocks all the time mailed back to them, because you're not supposed to take that away from the land. Hawaiian culture is very respectful of the land, and we believe that everything has a spirit, basically, including rocks. So very ancient rocks, even like really big rocks, we do not move. There is stories of people trying to move giant rocks from their location for like building something there or anything like that, and every time they would move the rock, that rock would move itself right back because that's where it belonged. I'll see if I can find stories if anybody is interested in it. Don't know if you'd actually be interested in hearing about rocks moving on their own, but that is something that we grew up hearing about and believing in here in Hawaii. So we fully believe in the supernatural and in ghosts and spirits. You'll find that we have a lot of ghost stories in Hawaii and around Hawaii and about houses. There's actually like an incredibly haunted house somewhere, I don't know where exactly on Oahu, that like I think nobody has ever moved into, because every time they show the house, the people that are being shown the house actually see the ghosts there. I think very bad things happened in the house, might have been a murder. But we fully believe in ghosts and the supernatural, which is kind of why, like, people in Hawaii, we love watching those travel channel, like, ghost hunting and, like, shows and stuff. And we're all like, look at these stupid people, like, get out of there. Because say if I bought a house and I find out it's incredibly haunted, and no matter what I do, I can't get the ghost to leave, I would straight up burn that house down and move. I wouldn't even, like, attempt to fix it. I would just burn it down and move. Because in Hawaii, especially for objects and stuff, like, if an object itself is haunted or is, sorry, that's Junior, he's scratching at my book, stop it. If something houses an evil spirit, which we believe something can in Hawaii, you burn it to get rid of that spirit. Short ghost story. My dad, when he was younger, one of my aunties, so his sister, was sent a present. It was a stuffed dog, and this stuffed dog, they didn't know who it came from, but it came from Hawaii Island, or Big Island, and we do have family there, or they just assume it came from, like, an uncle or something from there. So my auntie would always have the stuffed dog in, like, the living room area. This was back in the day when they were younger, and my grandparents owned a house in Kalihi Valley on Oahu. One night, my Uncle China, who is passed away now, he's been gone for a long time and we do miss him a lot. One night, my Uncle China, I think my dad said he had been drinking, so he started hearing something going, China, China. And he was watching TV, so he's looking around like, who's calling my name? And then he's thinking he's imagining it, right? But he hears again, China, China. And it turns out it was the dog that was calling my uncle's name. So my grandma, who used to be, before she became more, very heavily involved in practicing that kind of stuff, like spiritual Hawaiian stuff, she said, you gotta burn it. So they burned it, and my dad said that when they were burning it, the dog screamed like a human scream. It screamed as it was burning. So, little story. We all kind of have personal stories about ghost experiences in Hawaii. Eventually, if you've lived through your whole life, you will have something you've experienced. But yeah, so we heavily believe in the supernatural, and we're all kind of raised in it. So even if you're not Native Hawaiian, you are raised on these kinds of beliefs. And the ghosts in Hawaii aren't all Hawaiian either. We have Japanese ghosts, Filipino ghosts. It's because our state is such a melting pot of cultures. Like, we have so much different cultures here. The minority here is actually Caucasians, and Asians are actually the majority. Pretty much anybody who is Native Hawaiian is probably mixed with some kind of Asian, or more than one type of Asian. Sorry, there's a car pulling in. I think it's my brother. But so we experience all different types of ghosts, and actually it's there is a popular book series called Obake stories. So it's Obake is ghost in Japanese. So that's really popular, and it talks about like the ghost stories in Hawaii, So yeah, I don't actually own any of them, but if anybody's interested, let me know. I don't know if I'd want to read it, because like they legit scare me, because generally stories that people tell in Hawaii regarding ghosts are real, so I don't need to know. But yeah, fun fact tidbit before I end, because I didn't want this to be too long, but it looks like it's going to be kind of long. In Hawaii, we actually don't believe in sleeping with your feet facing windows or doors, because we believe that it makes it easier for like an evil spirit to drag you out of your bed to your death. What?
It's true.
Yeah, see?
It's true.
See, my brother.
No. Our mom told us
we
that.
grew up like that. That's what we grew up in Hawaii believing.
Because you could just go like that and you're out.
Because they could just pull you off your bed by your feet.
You're just right by your door.
So
never face your bed towards the door.
If you've ever like seen river cruises, like in Europe, a lot of them have balconies, and the beds are always facing the balcony doors. So I don't know if I'd be able to go on those, because I would be afraid some evil spirit in Europe is gonna drag me out of my bed and drown me in a European river. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff that we're raised on here in Hawaii. So we have a very, very deep respect for nature, natural things, the earth, and just the environment in general, like, because we're raised to believe that everything does have a spirit, and that you shouldn't be disrespectful to it. Like, even the ocean, we're taught to pay respect to the ocean first before going into it. So yeah, some fun but not exactly happy stuff to know about Hawaii and our culture and our superstitions and beliefs, but maybe it'll make it a little bit easier for you to understand the ways in that we are the way we are in Hawaii if you ever come to visit. There's a whole lot more than that, but we're not gonna go over any more than that. We just wanted to touch on a little bit just because I saw that lava rock in that video and it freaked me out. I'm gonna be honest, if I got that box and I took out that lava rock and I saw it was a lava rock, I would have mailed the lava rock back. I would have kept everything else and been like, I'm so sorry, because of my culture and my beliefs, I cannot take this lava rock. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if your culture or your beliefs have any kind of like weird little tidbits like that, like mine does, or if you were raised on like different beliefs, or if you believe in the supernatural, if you have any like fun ghost stories to tell, that would be super awesome. I love learning about other cultures, which is why I also love traveling so much, because it's so great to learn about other people and what they believe in. And I know like Native American culture has very, very similar things to Hawaiian cultures, which is super cool. But yeah, thanks so much. If you watched, let me know what you thought. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, subscribe. If you actually like this video and you'd like to hear me talk a little bit more about Hawaii and our culture and stuff like that, please leave a comment below to let me know, because I probably won't be doing much of this otherwise. But yeah, have a fabulous day, morning, night, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care. Yeah, that is it. Bye.